The talks are underway along the Belarus-Ukraine border, and a minister in Belarus welcomed Ukrainian and Russian delegations for what they're calling peace talks. There's no ceasefire or anything, saying they should feel completely safe as they meet there at the border. This as Russian troops remain in Ukraine, preparing an assault on the capital city of Kyiv, and this convoy is incredibly long, stretching more than 3 miles. Look at this satellite image. Made up of tanks, infantry, you see some artillery units, where they're advancing on the capital right now. What is it, about 2:30 in the afternoon? The Kremlin could be shifting its strategy of more of a siege warfare. U.S. intelligence believes Russia has fired more than 350 missiles at targets in Ukraine, some of them hitting apartment buildings. I'm sure you've seen footage of that. And at 7:30, just a couple of minutes ago, we were supposed to be talking with, we can hear him, you just can't see him, retired United States Navy Captain Gary Tabach is in Ukraine. He spends about half time in Ukraine and half the time here in the Philadelphia area. He was born in Moscow, but at 14 years old, he came to the Philadelphia area with his family. He has a couple of kids. I think his daughter is serving in the Navy as well. There he is. He can't go back to his apartment in Ukraine because it's too dangerous. He is, again, from the Philadelphia area, the first Soviet-born citizen to be commissioned as an officer in the armed forces of the United States, the very first. So there are people that believe that Putin knows exactly who he is, and he possibly is on Putin's hit list. So it's very dangerous for him to be there in Ukraine. Looks like the signal's cleared up a little bit, Captain. I know that so many people are using their cell phones, so the bandwidth and all this is a little sketchy. But thank you for being here in Philadelphia with us.
Hello, my Philadelphia. Hello, my hometown.
Oh, good. I know you went to Temple. Let's get to know you a little bit better. Did I have that right? You came here from Russia when you were 14?
Correct.
And went to Temple, graduated from Temple?
I graduated from Temple Pharmacy School.
Okay.
I apologize. I don't look like a U.S. Navy captain. I haven't been able to shave for a few days, and that's all I have is this T-shirt. Next time I'll have a tie and a shirt.
Understand.
Yes, considering the circumstances, my gosh.
What do you do there half the year?
Well, different things. I originally ended up here when in 2014 the Putin invaded and annexed Crimea, and I said, okay, we're dealing. My mother was a psychiatrist. She said he was a psychopath who's paranoid, and I realized that there's a new Hitler on the rise in Europe, and I just came to help with another native Philadelphian, Dr. Chernak, who's was helping wounded soldiers, Ukraine, and I just came in to help out a little bit and bring some of them back. Then I ended up being on TV. Then I ended up trying to set up different programs for refugees. And we're still doing it, where we're still trying to build a factory, a recycling factory, tire recycling factory to employ veterans and wounded so they would continue to fight for their country. It's a beautiful land. It's a beautiful country. It's very rich. It used to feed half of Europe. So, you know, the wounded guys and gals that they would still continue to serve their countries, preserve this beautiful environment here and things like that. But of course I got involved in talk shows and different things every day, and I was kind of trying to bring attention that you're dealing with a crocodile, you're dealing with a maniac, you know, all these agreements, all this, we're just letting him get away with everything. We'll let him get away with the genocide of Chechen people. We'll let him get away with Georgia, sending a reset button, letting him do it. No, then he says, okay, let's invade Crimea, Ukraine, Donbass, shooting down a civilian airplane, everything, he got away with. And recently with Belarus and recently with Kazakhstan, he kept doing, nobody was doing anything.
Hey,
we have a very very weak leadership, world leadership. And of course, the flagship is the United States. And when everybody left the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, all the embassies left and NATO left, he says, all right, now I can attack, nothing will happen to me. They'll all submit, they'll be all coward.
Gary, we can't mention where you are because it's too dangerous. You mentioned Belarus.
Well, yeah.
Are you optimistic at all about these, well, quote unquote, peace talks that are going on right now at the border?
No, I'm not optimistic at all because we're dealing with Hitler or Stalin, who will not, they're paranoid. They will not stand belittling or losing or any kind humiliation, any kind of. If Hitler or Stalin had a nuclear button, they would have pushed it.
Well, that's the big headline too. The nukes are on high alert. Do you think this guy, Putin? Sorry. We lost him.
We just lost him.
You know, would he actually use them? So we're going to try to keep track of Gary, as like he said, he can't go back to his apartment there.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to tell you what area he's in because it's just too dangerous. You know, he's worried about his family too. He's got 2 kids. His daughter serves in the Navy as well, and he does have family here. So he's kind of our Philadelphia connection. We'll try to keep track of him every day here
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh, he's
Good.
back?
Okay.
I hear you. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I have a family in Philadelphia. All of my family, as a matter of fact, we're all in Philadelphia. And okay, so I'm not very optimistic about it because we're dealing with somebody who's not rational. I mean, no rational individual would start a full-scale war and fight it and thinking that he will invade a country like Ukraine that's been preparing for it for 8 years. They know Russians better than anyone else. So they're putting up a fierce fight. They're fierce fight. The people in the streets, Molotov cocktails. Of course, they feel like they're abandoned, like they have been betrayed. Particularly, again, of the United States, because our president promised that if he would get into the office, Putin would not last too long, you know, that he would not be that as gentle with him as Trump was. But turned out to be the opposite. The Northern Stream line was, the sanctions were lifted, oil prices went up, which is oxygen for Putin. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
still here, but we're going to have to
Hello?
wrap it up. But if you don't mind, we'd like to keep track of you every day,
Hello?
okay? Try to stay as safe as you can.
Yes, please do.
And we'll check back in with him tomorrow.
I want to hear more about what it's like also in Ukraine there, as they've been putting up quite a fight.
Oh, yeah. That's another question we wanted to ask him. Is he surprised by they're in their 5th day now?
But also stick around because in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking to the Honorary Consul of Ukraine in Philadelphia. And she has been doing a lot of work, and she has her own opinions about what's going on, and also giving us advice on what we can do if you want to help, because so many people want to get involved and they
Yep.
want to help Ukraine.
Right back.